When we wake up in the morning, the very first thing our body needs is hydration because during the 7 or 8 hours of sleep, we have gone without water for a long stretch of time. While we are asleep, our body continues to work, repairing tissues, digesting food from the previous evening, balancing hormones, and even detoxifying the system, which means that we lose fluids through breathing, sweating, and natural metabolic processes. By the time morning comes, we are in a mildly dehydrated state without even realizing it, and that dehydration can show itself through sluggishness, a dry mouth, headaches, or even a foggy mind. Drinking a glass of water first thing in the morning acts almost like a reset button for the body, giving your cells the hydration they desperately need after hours of dryness. It is a small step, but it sets the stage for energy, alertness, and better overall health throughout the day. In the United States, where people often jump immediately to coffee as the first beverage in the morning, this simple act of drinking water is overlooked, and it makes a big difference when it becomes a daily practice. When you begin your day with a glass of water, you are helping your metabolism kick into gear. Your body needs water to digest, absorb, and transport nutrients. And by starting the day hydrated, you are giving your metabolism the signal that it is time to wake up and begin processing efficiently. For people trying to maintain a healthy weight or support energy levels, this is a powerful but underappreciated tool. Studies have shown that drinking water can slightly increase the number of calories your body burns for a short period, which may seem small but adds up over time. Beyond the metabolism boost, hydration supports your digestive system by preparing the stomach for food, preventing constipation, and helping nutrients absorb more smoothly once you eat breakfast. In addition, hydration plays a direct role in brain function. The human brain is made up of about 75% water, and when you are even slightly dehydrated, it affects concentration, alertness, and short-term memory. That groggy, slow feeling that so many Americans describe in the morning may not only be about lack of sleep, but also about lack of water. By starting your morning with hydration, you are quite literally fueling your brain cells with the liquid they need to transmit signals effectively. Students, professionals, or anyone who needs sharp focus will notice over time that morning hydration creates a clearer mental state and reduces the need for excess caffeine to feel awake. Water in the morning also benefits circulation and detoxification. After a night of rest, your body has been busy breaking down toxins and filtering waste through the kidneys and liver. Drinking water helps flush those wastes out more effectively, reducing the load on your organs and keeping your system cleaner. Think of it like rinsing out a glass before using it again. Your body needs that flush of clean water to keep things running smoothly. Many health practitioners in the USA encourage their patients to drink a glass of room temperature water with a squeeze of fresh lemon in the morning because it not only hydrates but also provides vitamin C, supports the immune system, and may promote better digestion. That simple habit of adding lemon makes the ritual refreshing and something to look forward to. Another point to consider is that beginning the day with water sets the tone for hydration throughout the rest of the day. People who drink water as their first step are more likely to continue drinking enough fluids during the morning and afternoon. It creates momentum for healthy choices, almost like a chain reaction. If the first action is reaching for a soda or coffee, the body never gets that clean hydration it needs. But if the first action is a glass of water, the day begins with clarity and balance. In a culture where many Americans struggle with high rates of obesity, digestive problems, and fatigue, such a small, cost-free habit can become a foundation for better health outcomes. Furthermore, water consumption in the morning can also influence heart health. Dehydration thickens the blood and makes it harder for the heart to pump efficiently. When you drink water right after waking, you are helping your blood stay at the right viscosity, which reduces strain on the heart and improves circulation to all organs. This is particularly important for adults and seniors who may be more prone to heart-related conditions. Health experts in the USA often point out that even mild dehydration can contribute to increased risk factors over time, so morning hydration is more than a comfort. It is a protective habit. Some people may argue that they simply don't enjoy drinking water first thing in the morning, but there are easy ways to make it pleasant. Keeping a bottle of filtered water on the nightstand, using an insulated tumbler with a straw, or adding slices of cucumber, mint, or berries can turn the glass of water into something refreshing. The key is consistency, doing it every morning until it becomes automatic, like brushing your teeth. Once it becomes second nature, you will notice that mornings feel less heavy, digestion improves, and your overall energy seems steadier throughout the day. When this habit is adopted widely, the benefits can ripple into communities. Imagine if every household in the USA began the day with this single healthy action. Children would grow up understanding the importance of hydration. Workplaces would see fewer employees dragging through the morning. And healthcare providers might even notice subtle improvements in public health metrics related to hydration, digestion, and energy. It is the kind of habit that doesn't require expensive equipment, doesn't demand hours of extra time, and doesn't rely on anything complicated. It is simply about reaching for clean water, making it a daily ritual, and allowing your body to thank you with improved health, sharper thinking, and more vitality throughout the day. When the alarm clock rings and the body feels heavy from sleep, one of the most powerful ways to signal to yourself that it is time to embrace the day is to move. Movement in the morning does not have to mean an hour-long workout at the gym or an exhausting routine that only professional athletes can manage. In fact, small, intentional movements can be enough to change how your entire day unfolds. The body has been still for hours during sleep, joints become stiff, muscles tighten, and circulation slows down. By stretching, walking, or practicing yoga, you encourage blood to flow freely again, oxygen to reach every cell, and hormones like endorphins to release, which naturally elevate your mood. This is why people who adopt a practice of moving in the morning often describe themselves as feeling more awake, more positive, and more capable of handling stress. In the United States, where many people start their mornings in a rush, heading straight from bed to the car or from the bed to the desk, this intentional pause for movement is often skipped, but it can be transformative when made a consistent habit. Even 5 to 10 minutes of stretching can undo the stiffness of the night. Stretching lengthens muscles, improves flexibility, and reduces the risk of injury. Many Americans deal with chronic back or neck pain caused by sedentary lifestyles and poor posture, and gentle stretches first thing in the morning can begin to correct some of that strain. Imagine reaching your arms overhead, rolling your shoulders, bending gently forward to touch your toes, or opening up your chest with deep breaths. These small movements wake up the nervous system and help you carry yourself with more balance throughout the day. Yoga, which has become very popular across the USA, is another excellent morning option because it combines stretching with breathing, creating both physical and mental clarity. Even a brief series of poses like downward dog, cat-cow, and child's pose can reset the body and bring a sense of calm focus. Cardiovascular movement, even if short, is another way to start the day with energy. A brisk walk around the block, a light jog, or even climbing stairs indoors stimulates the heart and lungs, increasing circulation and helping you feel more alive. For people who struggle with morning fatigue, movement is more effective than caffeine at delivering sustainable energy because it taps into the body's natural systems instead of relying on stimulants. Research has shown that people who exercise in the morning often stick to the habit more consistently than those who plan workouts later in the day, because mornings tend to have fewer interruptions. By dedicating even a small slice of time to activity, you are prioritizing your health before the distractions of work, family, or technology pull you away. The benefits go beyond just the physical body. Morning movement has a deep impact on mental health. Exercise triggers the release of endorphins, which are the body's natural feel-good chemicals. It reduces levels of cortisol, the stress hormone, and increases neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine, which play a role in regulating mood, motivation, and focus. In a country like the USA, where stress and anxiety are common, beginning the day with movement provides a natural, drug-free way to manage mental well-being. People who practice morning movement often report feeling calmer, more resilient to stress, and less reactive to challenges that arise throughout the day. It is almost like putting on emotional armor before stepping into the world. For those who feel they are too busy in the morning, the key is to recognize that movement does not need to be complicated. You can perform stretches beside the bed before even heading to the kitchen. You can do bodyweight exercises like squats, lunges, or push-ups in just a few minutes. Or you can put on music and dance while preparing breakfast. Families can make it a shared habit, with parents leading children in simple morning stretches, which not only sets a positive tone, but also teaches kids the value of physical activity early on. In the USA, where childhood obesity is a growing concern, this family-centered approach to movement can be a powerful way to instill lifelong habits. Another powerful benefit of morning movement is its impact on productivity and focus at work or school. Physical activity increases blood flow to the brain, improving alertness and decision-making skills. Students who start their day with activity are often more engaged in the classroom, and professionals find that they can concentrate more easily and perform tasks with greater efficiency. Movement also boosts creativity because it stimulates different areas of the brain, making it an excellent way for people in demanding or innovative fields to begin their day. The USA workforce, which is often tied to screens and sedentary office spaces, can particularly benefit from this simple adjustment. Over time, morning movement also contributes to long-term health. Regular activity reduces the risk of heart disease, diabetes, high blood pressure, and obesity. It strengthens bones, builds muscle, and supports joint health, all of which are critical as people age. Beginning the day with exercise ensures that you prioritize health consistently, rather than leaving it to chance later in the day when fatigue or obligations may prevent it. For older adults in the USA, gentle morning walks or stretching routines can make a significant difference in mobility and independence, while for younger adults, it provides energy and resilience to meet the demands of busy schedules. The beauty of this habit is that it does not discriminate. It can be tailored to any age, lifestyle, or physical ability. Whether you are a college student with only 10 minutes to spare, a busy professional balancing work and family, or a retiree with more time to dedicate, morning movement can be customized to fit. What matters most is consistency, not intensity. Over time, the body begins to crave the ritual, and the mind associates movement with a fresh, positive start. In the broader American culture, where many people struggle with stress, sedentary habits, and chronic illness, the act of starting each day with even the smallest bit of activity can create a ripple effect that leads to healthier communities and stronger lives. When the day begins, the first thoughts and influences that enter the mind often shape the way the rest of the hours will unfold. Feeding the mind with positivity in the morning is like planting seeds that grow throughout the day, influencing mood, behavior, and even physical health. The brain is most receptive in the early hours after sleep because it has had time to reset and clear away much of the clutter from the day before. In those moments, choosing what you expose yourself to is powerful. Many people in the USA immediately grab their phones and dive into news, social media, or emails, which can quickly fill the mind with stress, comparison, and distraction. That flood of information triggers anxiety before the day has even begun. Instead, creating a habit of filling the mind with uplifting, encouraging, and peaceful input provides a stronger, healthier foundation to face the challenges of the day with resilience. Positive input in the morning can take many different forms depending on personal preference. Some people choose affirmations, speaking words of encouragement to themselves such as, "I am capable," "I am strong," or "Today I will focus on progress." These simple phrases can seem small, but neuroscience shows that repeated affirmations begin to change neural pathways, helping people build more confidence and reduce negative self-talk. In a society like the United States where stress, self-doubt, and performance pressure are common, affirmations offer a way to quiet the critical inner voice and replace it with thoughts that support growth and health. Another form of feeding the mind with positivity is journaling. Taking a few minutes each morning to write down things you are grateful for or goals you want to achieve provides clarity and focus. Gratitude journaling in particular has been shown in research to improve overall happiness, reduce depression, and even improve sleep quality. By beginning the day with gratitude, people in the USA can counter the culture of constant striving and comparison that often leaves them feeling inadequate. Writing down a few things you appreciate, your family, your health, even the sunrise, shifts perspective and creates a sense of abundance rather than scarcity. That mental shift changes how you treat others and how you respond to challenges during the day. For some, feeding the mind positively means prayer, meditation, or spiritual reading. Spending quiet time in reflection connects the mind and spirit, creating calmness before the noise of the day takes over. Meditation has been proven to lower blood pressure, reduce stress, and improve concentration. Even 5 minutes of mindful breathing can center the mind and keep emotions more balanced. Many Americans who have adopted meditation as part of their morning routine report feeling less overwhelmed and more able to focus on priorities instead of being pulled in every direction. Prayer and spiritual readings provide guidance, comfort, and a sense of purpose, reminding people that their lives are part of something larger than their daily struggles. Reading uplifting material is another way to set the tone for the day. This could be a few pages from a motivational book, a positive article, or even listening to an inspiring podcast. The key is to avoid the negativity that often comes from scrolling through the news or social media first thing. By replacing that habit with something enriching, the brain begins the day on a constructive note rather than a defensive one. People in the USA who practice this often notice that their conversations and decisions are more thoughtful because they have already grounded themselves in encouragement before interacting with others. The impact of beginning with positivity also extends to relationships. When you start the day with uplifting thoughts, you are more likely to speak kindly to your family, coworkers, or strangers you encounter. A positive mindset reduces irritability and impatience, making interactions smoother and more compassionate. Over time, this builds stronger bonds at home, greater teamwork at work, and a more supportive community. In a nation where so many people feel disconnected or stressed, the ripple effects of individuals starting their mornings with positivity could lead to broader cultural shifts in how people treat one another. Physical health is also tied to mental habits in the morning. Stressful thoughts raise cortisol levels, which can lead to inflammation, weight gain, and weakened immune function if experienced chronically. By choosing positive thoughts at the start of the day, you are signaling to your body that it is safe, lowering stress hormones, and allowing the body to function more smoothly. People who begin their mornings with positivity often find they make healthier choices in food and exercise as well, because their mindset is already aligned with self-care and growth rather than self-sabotage. For students and professionals, a positive mindset in the morning enhances productivity and creativity. When the mind is filled with fear or negativity, it tends to shut down, focusing only on survival. But when it is nourished with encouragement and uplifting ideas, it becomes open, curious, and innovative. This is particularly important in the USA, where workplaces and schools demand high levels of problem solving and adaptability. A student who starts the day writing affirmations or practicing gratitude is more likely to approach schoolwork with confidence, while an employee who begins with meditation or motivational reading is better prepared to tackle complex projects without being easily discouraged. The beauty of feeding the mind with positivity is that it requires very little time or resources. It does not demand expensive equipment, gym memberships, or elaborate schedules. It only requires intentionality, choosing to take a few minutes before diving into the world's noise to protect and guide your mental state, whether through affirmations, journaling, meditation, prayer, or reading. The key is to consistently replace negativity with thoughts that uplift and strengthen. Over weeks and months, this practice reshapes patterns of thinking, creating a more optimistic, resilient, and healthier mindset. In the broader context of American life, where fast-paced schedules and high stress often dominate, the commitment to begin each morning with positivity is a quiet but powerful act of self-preservation and growth that benefits not only the individual, but also everyone they interact with throughout the day. So as we bring these ideas together, remember that the foundation of a healthier life does not always come from dramatic changes or complex routines. It often comes from the simplest habits we choose to practice consistently. Drinking water to refresh and energize the body, moving to awaken the muscles and sharpen the mind, and filling our thoughts with positivity to set the emotional tone for the day are all small choices that carry big results. Each of these habits is within your reach, no matter your age, lifestyle, or schedule. By starting your mornings with intention, you are investing in better energy, stronger health, and a more balanced life. Your mornings are the doorway to your day. Choose to step through with clarity, strength, and positivity, and you will discover that over time, those mornings build into a healthier and happier life.